Alright guys, I had a couple of people ask about just how the Hamre Forge grips kind of hold on to waistband, or just in general, retention. As far as the Hamre Forge grips myself, I've had the LCR one when he first came out with them. He's on version 2, I believe, or the next iteration. I've had the Spiegel boot grips, which were the first one for the J-frame. And now I've got the AFR undercover ones, which just got released within the last couple of weeks. And this just came in within the week. There's been some changes. I did an initial impressions video on it, just to show you. That is unloaded. Alright, and basically this is why I love carrying it. Just holds onto the waistband like that. And as you can see, no issues with like non-belted pants. Today at work I did wear some jeans with belt, and it held up fine. The angle that he's got on these new ones, it has the back strap more flat. Before it was angled this way, so you had to really dig in there, and sometimes it would push it down. But with it a little bit more flatter, you're able to get a better grip on it. Push it in that way. But I've been able to run around in these. There's no issue with it coming out. I would suggest tightening stuff. If you have a pretty loose waistband, obviously you're not going to get that push back into your abdomen to keep it in there. But yeah, and then I find the draw a lot better with these, just because it's laying more flat. You notice how the hook's this way, where the previous ones, the guns tended to tilt this way more. So you'd have to really cant your hand there. Maybe better for like, side carry. That's another way you can do it too. So you can hold it that way. There's a lot of options. And as far as holster compatibility, I've got a couple of holsters. I've got a pocket holster. I've got a filster and also a standalone. It's just an in-waistband holster, and they all work fine. They don't. The hook doesn't interfere with that. Plus, if you don't want the hook whatsoever, he does have the flat set, which just comes without the hook on it, and it does minimize the area right here. But I find that even in my pocket, it doesn't really print that much. In loose pockets. Of course, these aren't really the best for it, but as far as the shadow of it, other than the handle itself, but with it in the pocket, my pocket holster that I have from Bowman, no issues whatsoever. But I do like the change he made with the angle, and like I said, the size of the back. I mean the distance with the back strap to the trigger. You really like the trigger reach on this a lot better. And then I know Daryl Bokey in his video on the AFR, he showed that with the ridge right here, if you're using offhand, you can really use your offhand thumb to drive that down and use that hook to keep it pretty steady. But like I said, people have asked how the heck it stays in your waistband if you don't wear a holster. That's a good showing of it. I mean, the J-frames are so light, and most of the snubbies are pretty light to begin with, so you don't have a lot of mass going up and down. Obviously it's going to wiggle a bit, but there's no issues with it. I've run with it. I mean, you can even deep carry it a bit. Have it in your holster there, or you're hooked onto your undergarment if you have one, and it literally disappears. No issues with it whatsoever. And sorry about the quality of the video. I'm not the best content creator, honestly, but you'll have to dig in there a bit, but you can still draw it out, and you can hide it inside the waistband underneath your first layer right there. So obviously the hoodie definitely helps, but if I didn't have the hoodie on, let's just have a t-shirt on itself. Still no printing. I'm a pretty small frame guy, so obviously bigger guys will probably have a lot less issue, and you have the option of going here, going in a pocket. This one's not the most ideal pocket because it's gym shorts, but still doesn't do too bad. Or you can have it behind the hip or next to the hip itself. You have a lot of options. Like I said, I do like the new ankle change he made with the AFR undercover ones. So anyway, that was just a quick video. I know some people wanted it. This is just going to be a short one. If you guys have any questions or just wanted to know what I think about these after the first couple of days with it, let me know. I plan on taking this to the range hopefully this week, or next week rather, and during the new year, to give it a shot. But I have high hopes for it. My main issue with the Spiegels for me was just this ridge. It was a little bit sharper, but he's knocked it down a lot. So because that ridge would kind of hit into the bone here. But these I don't feel as much, if at all. So I do like these a lot better, and I've talked to Ryan about it, and I think if you guys just, you know, are choosing between the Spiegels or these AFR undercovers, I may try this. If you have a lot smaller hands, I would go with the Spiegels, but I have medium to almost large hands as far as glove size, so they're not big, but the distance itself is not a problem. And you still get a bit of a pinky on the bottom here itself. So I think larger hands would definitely appreciate this. If you are trying to go as minimal as possible, the undercovers are good. And if you guys want a more fighting, a full you know, 4-finger grip, or you want something a lot larger with some more texture as well, he's got those available on the site too for the J frames. But I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. But check him out at hamreforge.com. And I know I kind of rambled, but I hope that kind of answered questions about how this holds onto the waistband with using just the hook itself. But I do appreciate that he brought these back, and he's really done a good number on these.